What's up, everybody? Thank you for tuning in to another episode of the TGC podcast. And today we're going to be doing Black While in America Part 2. The last episode was so good and there was so much left unsaid. We had to split it into two parts. So if you loved the last episode, you're definitely going to love this one. We also want to take a moment to say thank you for all the love and support you guys been giving us throughout this time. And we here at the Grumman Collective want to make sure we continue to do our part to support black businesses and spread information about black talent throughout all of New Jersey, especially here in the city of North. So make sure you guys reach out to us. Let us know what you guys are into. Talk about your businesses, and maybe, hopefully, we can get you guys here on the show so we can do some cross-promoting. It's all love. We got to help each other and support each other and lift each other up. But without further ado, let's get into Black While in America Part 2. A couple of fellas had to go. Night getting long, but we definitely want to continue this passionate conversation. And for me, man, I just feel like we need to do more things. It's going to be something more impactful. I know I've been very passionate about this, and it's not often that I go off like this, but some things, it just touch too close to home. And as I stated at the top of the episode, man, I teach black kids, and I couldn't stand for me to see one of my black students be the next Trayvon Martin. I couldn't deal with it. I couldn't deal with one of you guys, one of your kids being slaughtered out there for something simple, for just being black. It breaks my heart that this is the world we live in, and unless we do something that's impactful, that's going to change the tides of this racial war, there's no point in looting. There's no point in rioting and marching unless we're doing it towards the people who are going to make the end. And that's just where we at right now. So for fellas, how do y'all feel like coming into this and living your lives 30 plus years and this being your life now? Knowing that walking the street that you are retarded. You don't have to think about it. You are retarded. How do you feel like you should conduct yourself moving forward?
There's no other choice to conduct ourselves. Whether you're ignorant about it or you're not, you're going to have to be mindful that you're a target, because even when you were a young child, you ain't understand it. Some people that's grown men still don't understand it, but it's just a reality, man. And you can't do nothing about it if you're African American like we are, you know what I'm saying? So to combat it, I don't know, you can't stop being black.
Can't stop being black.
You know what I mean? We don't have no choice. You know what I'm saying? So, I know I'm rambling, but I'm just kind of lost for words, because you can't change who you are, and you can't change the way the society is, especially overnight. We've been going through these same struggles for so many years.
Hundreds.
You just gotta make sure you protect your own, man, and make sure you educate your kids and the people around you the best way you can, so they can keep their life, man. Be honest with you. You gotta arm yourself these days. Advise all of us black folks to arm ourselves, man. That's what and protect your family, man. Yep. Protect your family, educate your sons, educate your daughters. Let them pass that information on, hopefully for the next generation, man. I can't say nothing that I will put in play. We would just put some things in play now that'd be better for the next people that's coming after us. But that's all I can see us doing, really. That'd make a change, at least start, coming from a seed. I don't know, man.
Education is key. We need to make sure that the
exactly
is understanding.
My bad, fellas.
Dealing with. And at the same time, we have to make sure that we're to hear their frustration. I don't want for the next generation to think that it's okay, like in Minneapolis, that it's okay to just start rioting. Even if the was that an undercover cop set off the riot with the ideal mindset of making us like enemies, we need to conduct ourselves and not set off those things. Whereas we know how to gear our anger. We're gearing our anger towards the people that are going to have the ability to make the change, not towards each other, not doing things that are going to set us all back.
Yeah.
That is only going to make us look bad.
We got to stop the senseless anger. We got to stop the senseless aggression. It got to be, even if it's going to be some aggression, I can understand people camped outside the perpetrator's house, or but don't loot the Best Buy and because your reasons for looting the Best Buy are what? Personal reasons, just to take stuff that don't have nothing to do with the struggle that we going through or the matter at hand. That's just being greedy and being an opportunist on the situation that's critical right now.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I don't understand about people just using the opportunity to be, crazy.
Yep.
But if the anger is geared toward, you know what, we're gonna get 50 of us, we armed, we gonna go to the police station, we want answers, we want justice, we want, you know what I mean? If it's organized and the anger is in the right way, we got ourselves armed and ready for whatever might happen, then that's a different way of using the anger. The destructive part of it and doing all of that, it's been done already, just like we said, like it's been done. All that is they're gonna try to paint the picture of us being savages, man.
They're gonna demonize it.
Exactly.
Here is whereas I'm finally at the point whereas I think that we need to do this. When white people get mad, right? And Nephew said this last episode, he was very clear and very vocal about this. When white people get mad, they take action. So when white people were not allowed to go out and get their nails and their hair done, they were out in droves, marching, armed, and ready to fight.
Key word, right? Armed.
And
armed.
That changes the whole playfield.
How many of them were killed or assaulted? Not too long ago, they were marching down in D.C. and they were screaming, "They will not replace us," with shields and swords. How many of them were harmed? But if we gather, we have to do things like loot and burn the houses that we live in and destroy the community that we live in. It doesn't make sense. We need to learn where to gear our aggression.
Yes, that's what I was saying.
We need to be able to organize. We can't just say, like I was saying earlier, I appreciate the gentleman and everybody that was marching across the Brooklyn Bridge in the name of George Floyd. Appreciate y'all. But notice that in the video from what I've seen, there were no cops around. What that says to me is you're not doing anything effective. So it is not necessary for us to even have a presence. We know you're not going to do anything. So we're going to sit here in our offices and do our normal everyday job and wear shirts that say, "I can breathe," and mock you. We need to be more persistent with our voices, and those who are in the law enforcement that are minorities need to raise their voices. If you are anything other than black and this raised an emotional reaction out of you, you need to let niggas know. We need to know you on our side. We need to know who our allies are, because right now, the entire world is against us. I seen a picture of an Indian man hugging a black man. It was a cartoon picture, and it says, the black man was saying, "It hurts so much." And the Indian man was saying, "I understand." And for a minute, I was like, this is the power of picture. But then I started to think, Indian people don't like us either. To them, we're the enemy as well. So how can we ever make change or win when Muslim people that practice the Muslim faith are villainized? Black people are villainized. Low-income white people are villainized. But at the same time, even though we're all villainized by the people in the middle echelon, we're each other's enemies? Why? How is it that they hate us and we hate each other? How does that make any sense?
That's because us minorities, there's a lot of minorities other than black folks that don't realize that we all in the same boat. Mm-hmm. A lot of people be thinking they better than us. Like, they don't realize that we all in the same boat. And then that same token, those people should be not even, I can't say feeling our pain because nobody knows what it really is to be black. But if y'all fuck with us, support our cause. Y'all motherfuckers want to be down with all our culture and this and that. But when we going through,
that's the part they don't want,
alone by ourselves. Like that's what it seems like. People want to hate us on the low, appreciate our culture, love our style, take our style, use it to our advantage, use it to make money. But when we're going through our struggles, we standing alone. Ain't no other race standing alone.
That's the part of the culture they don't want.
It's no other side of the world. It should be Africa protesting what's going on over here.
Right now, over there, they should be
It
protesting.
should be Africans like
that.
yo, we not liking what's going on over there in America to our African American people. We don't have that type of support.
Nope.
And if we're not getting it from our roots, we definitely not gonna get it from these other people that basically don't even like us that much.
I scope it out and I look at this as like I definitely think that more people should be held accountable. Like our people that's watching this that say they riding with us, definitely. I think they should be held just as accountable. If you ain't even check in, like, yo, you all right, man? Like, I see what's going on with your culture, like how you processing it. Like, I think that's an interesting point, man, because everybody's so numb to this shit. Nobody even checks in, and kids to even say, like, well, I got a black male friend that might have watched this, because I know not to always make it a race or religious thing, but when something happens in other communities, there's an outcry. This is an outrage and an outcry right behind it. Something happens to somebody and, from an Indian community or if you're a Jewish man or something.
Case in point, not to cut you off, Trek. What's going on with the coronavirus? How is Asian cultures being demonized for carrying the virus? People being racial against Asian folks, and it's an outcry. We need to stop this. Yada yada.
In New York, we wrong for
and
that.
What about our struggle? What about our struggle that we've been going on for all these years? We can't get nobody to be hollering out that. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yo,
it's like our struggle is so devalued to whatever everything else is going on, man.
As we're over
we got police brutality going on while an epidemic is going on. It's not even stopping. Like, it's not like, oh, yo, things is crazy. Everything gonna calm down as a whole. It ain't even get calm for us on this level. Like, we still getting murked out. What's
going on? Layers, bro.
We dealing with an epidemic, and we always gotta wear that badge of being black also. So whatever is going on in the world, that's just
never ending
extra on us. Like, it's crazy.
It's never ending, bro.
Crazy,
that was my point, QG, when I was like, yo, and Father's Day coming. We ain't have no normalcy for about 6 months now. We 6 months into a whole virus just cutting our year in half. And we looking for any little pocket of normalcy just to be able to be like, all right, we get a sense of peace. And then we still got to deal with this. We got to deal with that. We dealing with what they're all dealing with, the world dealing with, and then
in addition to being attacked for being black.
Yeah.
Not to laugh, but it's so mind-boggling that it's just
so much, bro.
It's crazy it makes you laugh.
Yourself out. You have to smile, or you're gonna fucking kill yourself internally, mentally, emotionally, because it hurts. That I've never cried. I've never shed a tear for a situation that didn't deal with me directly. In looking up what's been going on and transpiring, looking in depth into these stories of these like individuals that has been killed over the last few months, I couldn't help but just let it out, bro. Because it's like I said in the intro, one was killed for living in her house while black. One was killed for running while black. The other was killed for shopping while black. My nigga, the only thing that is key across all three stories is why black. That's it.
It's really no separation at all. There's no real separation, because it's showing you that, okay, if a misdemeanor, a lower level certain thing or like issue, because these are not even real high magnitude issues. These are like very, very minute issues.
Bro wasn't no bank robber or nothing like that.
So
like, what are we talking about here?
That's
like you said, Drake, like, what are we talking about here? What did he really do to deserve to die in that situation right there?
He
what
didn't.
Not a real issue.
Even to be subdued in that manner.
It's not. These are not really real issues. Like, you know what I mean? And it's
use
like
of power, bro.
So how the fuck do I feel? And I understand, like, I get people that, like, for me, I'm 6'5", you know what I mean? So I get people in my culture be like, yo, you 6'5", you kind of intimidating just because you big. So imagine when I'm encountering cops, I understand that they gotta feel similar because my own people feel like this. And they're not saying it to be like, oh, we're scared of you, but you have such a strong presence. That's how they're saying, like, you have such a strong presence that it could be misinterpreted. You know what I mean? And if I understand that about myself and knowing that, it's like, damn, I'm not giving no cop no pass to do nothing, but it's like, I feel indifferent about being around him. I feel uncomfortable about being around him because now I know that at least that person that told me is not walking around with the right to be quick trigger finger. You know what I mean? But I've seen how you can have the power to just change this whole situation, this whole engagement, this quick. And so that shit is like a big red flag. We talked about our person, like, think about dealing with cops coming up, bro. Like me and Nani, aka Vaughn, me and Vaughn talked about, like, even as early as 15 riding bikes, I'm getting harassed by the cop. And I'm like, yo, he like, hey, little man. He keep, hey, little man, and me. I'm like, and he must not be talking to me. I'm out his way. I'm just riding my bike. He keep asking me a question, and then all of a sudden, I'm not saying nothing to him. I don't want to talk to cops. First of all, I'm not at liberty. I done nothing. At 16, I knew that. I'm like, I don't want to talk to him. I have to talk to him. I did nothing wrong. Now he forcing me to get off the bike because his ego. He's pressing the kid for the simple fact that I didn't acknowledge his, hey, little man. All he had to do was ride, and now he's almost making it an issue with me because I'm not, I guess, giving him attention, because that's what that was.
Letting him feel like he's the one in power.
Giving him the power, yeah, exactly. You know what I mean? And I think one of the things as a man growing up and seeing my interactions with police, that's always been a constant thing. You know, you 6'5", oh, you don't look 6'5" sitting in there. Oh, you know what I mean? Like those interactions that, you know, like it's about power. Why does it matter if I'm 6'5"? Why are you pulling me over?
Exactly.
You know, I was
Get to the point.
6'5" when you pull me over, like it matters. So, and this is the things that we go through. And, you know, I know we made a point about the women, man. They have to understand that when your man's going out on the daily, we don't want to think like, oh, it's going to be negative, the world. We don't want to think it every day. But just like the people that's dying during these weeks, they had plans to go home and eat with their family that day. They had plans to go throw the football with their son. They had plans to go do other things. They didn't plan to die that day. So I think there has to be understanding, and there has to be respect for the black men in that household. You know, in each household, and I'm talking about responsible black men. I'm not talking about the dudes that's laying up all night.
Absolutely.
That's like, you know, fucking up the community. No, the ones that's responsible, that's really in the
That's
community.
handling their handle.
Yeah, that's teaching their kids, that's raising their kids, that's doing the best job they can for their friends, family, their loved ones, not just their kids if they don't have it, their loved ones. We have to celebrate them while they're here. We have to stop abusing us and saying, oh, yeah, oh, I'm done. I see so much bashing of us, and it's embarrassing at times because it comes from our own. But something like this, it just like fires me up. QG, I know you want to talk, so I'm gonna let you talk, man.
Man, I just was putting a thumbs up to what you were saying, man. Like, cause it's like the ongoing struggle for an everyday person, like an everyday person like me and you, like us 6th period. We go to work, we do everything we supposed to do, yet it's always gonna be this layer of danger that's there for us, whether we want it or not.
Just leaving out the house.
Your business or not, like you on your way to work, you in fear when you get pulled over, and you on your way to work. Bro, recently I was on my way to work. I'm crossing the street, leaving Dunkin' Donuts. So I go in the store. I'm going to the store to go buy some gloves, actually, for work. So I come out the store. The police is right there outside of the store. So I'm about to just walk past them because I didn't think they was there for me. They stopped me. Yo, whoa, where you think you going? I'm like, yo, I'm on my way to work. Bro, didn't you just come from over there across the street? I'm like, out of Dunkin' Donuts. So now I'm on my mind. Like, damn, they was watching me. So I'm like, all right, bet. I came from there. Yeah, you jaywalked across the street.
Oh,
yo, I said jaywalk. Mind you, it's a Caucasian cop and it's a African American cop. Why the African American cop was a little bit more aggressive towards me
yes,
than the Caucasian cop?
Yep.
Another point.
The African American cop almost made it into a stressful situation because of the way he was talking to me, and just so happened the cop happened to be younger than me. And in my mind, with my pride, and you know, with any man's pride, I just feel like, I'm like, okay, bro, you ain't got to talk to me that way. Because when they stop me, they like, yeah, you stop. I'm like, who, me? Black cop, like, yeah, you, all tough. I'm like, yo, whoa, bro, like, Like I ain't do nothing wrong for one. For two, like I'm a grown ass man. Just because you a cop, you're not about to disrespect me or talk to me like I'm some coward. Like, you know what I'm saying? And then that, just for me saying that could get me in a harmful situation for him, cop. You feel what I'm saying? Just me saying that was dangerous for me saying that to a cop. You feel what I'm saying? But the other cop, damn, he kind of not de-escalated the situation. But when I said how minuscule and how I couldn't just believe how they stopped me for that, I kind of like minimalized they little whatever they was trying to do. I'm like, are you serious? I threw my hands up, everything. Like, yo, I'm not doing nothing wrong. I'm on my way to work, actually. He like, all right, man, we gotta, because we getting a lot of calls about jaywalking. I said, yeah, you're getting a lot of calls about jaywalking. Like, what are we talking about? I said, there's so much stuff going on out here in the streets.
You know, New Jersey,
about
bro.
jaywalking. I'm saying as loud as can be. And this is no BS. I'm telling the straight, honest truth. They let me go, but it's just the point that why do I even have to go through something
That
like
shit could fuck your day up. That interaction could be on your mind all day to the point where you irritable. Like, it's been plenty of times I had interactions with cops that, yo, bro, QG, I give you another. I got pulled over in my work car. Bro, I got put this, yo, fuck that. I'm
in your work vehicle?
Bro, Juan, you seen the fucking rainbow van that I drive in, bro. A cop pulled me over in that shit. I'm driving the fucking shit. Yo, she pulled me over and said, you was speeding. She was ahead of us. One thing about us, especially black men, we're so heightened when we drive. We driving paranoid the whole fucking time. So we in the rear view, we in the peripheral, we in every mirror the whole fucking time. We like, oh shit, that look like a Crown Vic. Let me slow down. Like the whole ride is paranoia. No bullshit. So my thing is, how you gonna tell me that I was speeding when I saw you ahead? You was parked ahead of me. I know what a cop car looks like, but I didn't say all that. I'm just like, I just sat still. And I was just like, okay, because I knew what this was. I've been, like, we get so accustomed to these situations that we know how to react.
You already know how it's going to go.
I'm not even about to do this today. I'm exhausted. I had a full day.
And it could go wrong. It could go so wrong at any minute that you just want to do everything you can to just come about that situation.
And that's
you ready to take a ticket. You ready to take whatever.
What did I say?
And the crazy part,
take a ticket. You ready to
just whatever, bro. Just
hey, yo,
like you said, you knew you wasn't speeding. He was ahead. You could have told the truth and you could have said everything, but you just refrained from doing that.
Just like whatever.
You be tired of it, bro. Hey QG, it's funny that you said that because I spoke to them and I just talked to them about how I wanted the ticket more than I even wanted to talk to the guy. Like, just write it. I don't even know what I did. Just give it to me.
Just let me get it and go.
Yeah, it gets to that point where you so desperate, you just like, man, just write it. I don't give a fuck. We'll fight it in court and figure it out. I just want to go the fuck home because I'm not beat for this shit all the time.
For the situation, period.
I got pulled over in Elizabeth going to work one night, and I was working night shift, 12 to 12, so it's like 11:10. I'm leaving out, and I like y'all know I listen to my music loud, so it's like whatever. I think it was like either Thursday or Friday, so I'm driving. I'm in Elizabeth, right there by Barcode. Across the street, I'm at the light. As soon as the light changed, woo, he get behind me. All right, bet. Turn the music down. He like, yeah, I'm stopping you because it looked like you were swerving like you were drunk. I'm in a uniform. I'm like, bro, I'm going to work. What are you talking about? Oh, and your music loud. I'm like, it's a bar literally across the street playing music just as loud. He was like, you trying to be funny? I'm like, no, I'm serious. Like, you hear the music just like I do, bro. He was like, oh, all right, I see you going to work and I don't smell liquor or nothing, so I'm going to let you go. Like, sit, bro, really?
Did you a favor. Bro. No, you was bothered.
That just aggravated the shit out of you.
Yeah, I'm just, now I'm in the car like, this nigga really, I'm driving like, really, bro? I'm just like, yo, I can't stand even sometimes. Like, that badge really give you that much of a power trip, and it's like, why?
The mentality is
They give us the wrong attitude towards the police, too, man. They do it. They give us the wrong... They supposed to protect and serve. We ain't never felt like they protect and served us.
Nah.
We ain't never felt really like that.
All the niggas do is give tickets. That's it.
Exactly.
Bro, one day
harass regular citizens. The criminals, they ain't running to them with the guns and all that. They just want to harass regular
easy targets, bro.
Exactly.
What?
Yo,
when I was saying like if the people that was recording the video of the gentleman that got the knee in his neck, things if they would have took action, things would have been different. This is the prime example of that. Nephew, mark me if I'm wrong. We was out here a couple of years ago. We was at Guitar Bar. And I mean, we do our thing. We drink. We go out. We party. We promote. This one particular night, I don't know what actually proceeded before this, but I know that me and Warren was heading towards Guitar Bar, and he went and parked. I parked in another block, and I seen some cops just speed down the block that he went to go park. Everything in my soul said, them cops is about to fuck with my nephew. So I go to the front of the Guitar Bar. I say, yo, the cops about to fuck with my nephew. And like 20 niggas came out, and we all went around this corner, and it's like 4 cop cars pulled over Juwan. Juwan is out the car. Fuck you niggas. I ain't playing with you. Understandably enough, that week, cops had been bothering my nephew all week long. And at this time, we haven't even started drinking yet. We wasn't wilding. We didn't do anything but arrive on the scene. And they was ready, guns drawn, ready to finish this man. These Spanish dudes behind me, bruh, was wilding. Y'all better put that shit away. Leave nephew alone. Yo, we'll fuck y'all up.
Yeah, that was surprising. That was very surprising.
They seen the crowd behind me, and I approached. I was like, yo, that's my nephew. I don't know what he did, but we just about to go and party. We just trying to have a good night. Them cops fell back. Why? Because it was like 6 of them, and it was like 20 of us. And they was not about to pull guns on 20 civilians. So they
it was female out there. Everything. That shit was crazy.
But I promise you, if I didn't have that crowd behind me, that scene would not have played out as peacefully as it did. But the fact that I had numbers, it changed the dynamic because they heard that these individuals was ready to do whatever it took to get my nephew out of this situation. Yeah. And that's what we need to do. We need to stop picking up these cameras and start taking action. We're going to charge you. If you pinning that man down, we're going to charge you. All 20 of us is going to charge 4 of y'all, just so you know. And they're going to stop. They're going to stop because they don't want that kind of heat. First, they don't want that kind of physical aggression because they can't handle it. They don't want to get hurt. Mind you, their number one reason for shooting us is we were scared.
Well, I was about to say, that would be quick to shoot.
We're going to give you a reason to be scared. If you got a gun and shoot on 20 civilians, your life is going to be beyond ruined. There's no way you can justify pulling your gun out and shooting at 20 civilians. You can't. So we have to utilize our brains and our powers and our numbers. There's more of us than number. If these niggas are doing wrong, if we come together and let these niggas know, we're going to take y'all if y'all doing wrong.
You can ask Run about this too. Run was sitting in the passenger seat. When I jumped out the car at the cop, the nigga Run, his face, no offense, this my homie, he was terrified, bro.
Yeah, bro.
He was I mean, yo, bro, I jumped out. Mind you, I got a black leather on. Yo, fuck y'all niggas. Why y'all fucking with me? I started wilding. Because I don't know, bro. You getting pulled over for bullshit and you know you a clean nigga. You don't really do nothing. It's like the bother.
That definitely how you feeling
sometimes. You be hot, bro. It'll fuck your day up. That's
probably the biggest mistake I made in my life. My adult life was that because that could have cost me my life. But other than that, at the end of the day, I felt like, fuck it, yo. I had like a bucket was in me that night, all the way. I was willing to just go, whatever happened. But I was really tight with them, yo. And it was Spanish cops, Portuguese cops.
But unfortunately, that's the energy every black person is going to have towards cops moving forward. The minute we see sirens, we're not going to think, I better calm down. No, because we've seen situations where niggas were calm and perfectly...
And it still go wrong.
And still got killed. We see situations where niggas didn't even have a chance to be mean. Niggas was just running and got killed. Didn't even have a chance to interact. So from now on, like I said earlier, for me, when the cops speak to me, I'm here. I'm already hiding. My camera is on. I'm hiding. Why are you bothering me? My license is good, nigga. I teach kids. I teach kids up in Westchester, New York. I teach special education. I don't do nothing. Nothing you should be bothering me. Why are you bothering me?
And I think that's unnecessary.
I think we got to be more proactive, yo. Real talk, Trek. I heard you was about to talk. My bad.
Yeah, nah. I felt like what he just said was so unnecessary. I feel like whenever we get around them, we gotta have a whole resume prepared to defend ourselves. Yeah, no, I work. I got 2 kids. I gotta explain my whole life situation just to get out of
Just to get a little cushion.
No, I'm not go. I didn't go to jail. You got to go through a whole thing. I got a bachelor's degree. Why I got to do all this pleading just to go about my regular day?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I think that shit
don't make no sense.
Yeah, bro, that shit is so crazy.
Shit ain't fair out here, yo.
And this shit is wicked, man. And I got 2 sons, and every day is I think about what I got to teach them, that some of his friends are not going to ever have to worry about or have to think about in their life. Like I told you about just awareness. I teach my son about awareness. Pay attention to your surroundings. That's going to be something that's very essential in his life growing up into a man, because awareness is how most of us make it past a certain age. You know, being black men, having having high alertness in certain environments and things like that. This is how a lot of us make it. You know what I mean? Unfortunately, beyond that, that's kind of like our blueprint, because there's really no guidelines to being a black man. We see the destruction of us. We see the demasculation, all this stuff happening. And there's really no guidelines to say, you know what, all of this is going on, but this is the way. Like, and there's no way to say it's like, yo, it's an ideal way to get through it. Bro, I got pulled over, right? No bullshit. I called my mother. My mother got so hysteric. I'm like, damn, I called you for a safety net. You more tense. I called you that. So it's like, yo.
Because she knows.
Yeah. So
she knows. Yeah.
Where do we go? It's a thin line for us. It's a very thin line for us on this course to try to make it and be successful and, you know, be effective in our communities and things. And this margin is this thin, because as we see a guy like George Floyd, you know, he has a great rapport within his community. He has, you know, a basketball player that's backing him up. Not to say that that's meaningful, but it does speak for his reputation to have somebody of, you know, a certain economic status back him. You know, and say like, nah, I have a familiarity with this guy. He has a great rapport. One of those tricky words. Great rapport.
One more time.
All up. Familiarity. Yo, that was a tongue twister. You know, as you get older, your brain, that switch might hit you.
Oh, that's what it is?
Familiarity. So,
let's go.
But yeah, man, like, that's just my sentiments to it, man. And it's hard as hell to really know how to go and how to react. Because like I said, you go, even when you in those situations, you think the best logical thing to help you is to call somebody or to record it. Like, how is that really a real tool?
Yeah.
It's like
nobody records the situation with, you know, the gentleman. We're not having a conversation right now.
Is it a real resource though? Because look, there's still not the justice that we actually want. You know what I mean? So it's almost as if it didn't, like, not to discredit it, but it's almost as, is it really do matter? Yeah, we do cause this, we have a riot and all this stuff, but like we said, with the after effect and all of that stuff to come, what's to happen after this now? Okay, we went through, we recorded it. They didn't put any charges on anyone except one guy. And then we're seeing so many people who just get off Zimmermans and all this. We doing all this shit. We rioted for Zimmerman. We rioted for Baltimore. We did all of this consistently for everybody. We recorded everything. And guess what? They said, it ain't enough. It ain't enough.
But like, I feel like that's when things get taken into other situations. Like,
you don't need 20 cameras. If you look around you and it's like a group of y'all and you see 5 cameras out there, maybe the rest of you niggas might need to take some type of action.
We got street cameras, bro.
And at the end of the day, after you see everybody else recording, everybody else recording after that is just trying to get clout, trying to get credit, trying to get likes. Mm-hmm. Everybody else is not doing it because they want a story to be told. Because if you just want the story to be told, you can see that it's been recorded already. So now it's your time to take action. Even if all you do is scream, let that man go. I'm watching you. Get the fuck up off him. Do something other than, because
people want to be the first person to put the story out. Like, it's on some real media type junk, and people don't even be like work for no media company or nothing. No. But if I could be the first one to put this story out, I'll get some type of credit because I was the one that told the news or whatever that this is what was going on.
You doing their job for them and getting way less than what they gonna get
Basically.
airing public's game.
The police going around setting shit off and acting like you see the niggas that they was protesting in New York. They're like, nah, he a cop because he had the CB radio in his hand.
Yeah.
The regular clothes. They like, man, get this nigga the fuck out of here. The whole crowd.
That was an issue. Hey Juan, good point, yo. Because I wanted to mention that earlier. I seen the lady from the NCAA who was speaking at the George Floyd media press conference. She talked about that, how they got police sabotaging, the riots and lying about what's blowing up. And she said the diameters of the places that they're carving the holes to set bombs and stuff. A kid could not do that type of destruction or wasn't skilled enough to be able to do that.
Niggas ain't do that, bro. Ain't no civilian set their own building off. The whole building? That was a demolition job. That was so. They even said it. This was like a scene out of a movie. If you look at it, there's fire in the window. Look,
bro. They probably use thermite, cut the beams, the timers.
Absolutely.
Make it fall in. Because you could tell the way it falls, the way the building burns and falls, if it's natural or if it's set up.
People that study that, facts.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, that shit. Most fires is supposed to be all over the place, like kind of messy. If it looks like it's to one side or to another side, or if it's just perfectly everything falling in one place and not really damaging nothing, that's all controlled.
Man-made.
Yeah, with timers and thermite. Thermite cut to burn through steel like it's nothing, bro. That's what the military use for bombs and shit like that. I learned that from watching the 9/11 conspiracies and stuff. They talk about thermite and things of that nature, missiles and shit like that, certain types of gunpowder, things of that.
Yeah, QG, what you talking about, bro?
I mean, it's only quite natural too. They want us to destroy our own neighborhoods and stuff, man. Yeah. Remember back in the day, all that rioting we do, destroying our. Oh yeah, it's only right that they want us to do that. That's
we're destroying our stuff.
That's what government. If you want to call it recovering.
They're going to come and recover that property and do all this other shit to that property, and it's going to be something that don't have nothing to do with us to drive us out of our own neighborhoods. You don't think that's an agenda? You don't think that's an agenda also?
But one thing I will say, my grandpops told me, verbatim, when the riots happened, when everybody left, all of the businesses, everything was dirt cheap. This is how niggas start buying houses in the Southwood. And he was telling niggas in the projects at that time, yo, we about to buy these houses up, whatever, like, get down. They ain't want to do that. They wanted to still get the government checks. Real talk. And this is way back then, son.
I can believe it.
Crazy. And his birthday coming up soon, too.
Yep. Yo, June 15th, Willie Stinson, my father, big nephew, grandfather, 84 years old. This nigga's a Marine. This nigga beat COVID-19. This nigga beat heart surgery. This nigga beat a stroke. This is the strongest black man I've ever met in my life. So make sure y'all stay tuned for that special episode. We're going to do something special. I don't know what it is. We're going to do something great for my father turning 84. Black man, we're going to celebrate him making it to 84 because that is an accomplishment in itself. Here,
absolutely.
My son June 22nd. He a couple days after.
Look, old generation, new generation, baby. We gotta do something special. Do that, but we're gonna wrap it up here, man. This was a great, passionate episode. We can go on for hours about this because clearly we all are very passionate about our culture. We all are very passionate about making change and making an impact and making a difference. But we want to spread the episode out. So we're probably going to continue this conversation on the next episode as it was part of the last two. And it seems like with the way the world is, this is the direction we're going to go in. Black Kings, we can't idly stand by and just not voice our opinions. We hope that you guys can chime in. Please comment down below. Voice your opinion because silence equals consent. If you say nothing, you are part of the problem. So please, if you feel like this is injustice, let it be known. I'm going to post a flyer. There's an event going on with my job, whereas they're going to be doing certain events to vocalize running for Aubrey, staying safe for Brianna, and standing for Floyd. So I'm going to post that. Make sure you go to our IG, the Grumman Collective on Instagram. And this is our greatest episode yet, and I feel like we're just going to keep growing. Hopefully, our content goes more back to being more joyful and not so serious. We would love that, but we sure that we reflect on the world and give you guys the status quo. So we are the Grumman Collective, and
we will be back in the studio soon.
in the studio soon.
Black people, arm yourself, yo.
Yes, do what you gotta
Like
do.
I didn't get to that, but that's always for another episode.
Yep, next episode we're gonna talk about
And learn some self-defense, some basic self-defense. Run if you have to. Run. Get your stamina up. A lot of these cops out here, you see they very out of shape. They're a disgrace. Get yourself get them up.
Absolutely.
The best self-defense sometimes is to take flight. I'm trying to tell you.
If you can't fight, don't fight. I'd rather you get out of my way when these hands start flying to be.
You ain't about that life, just go ahead. Take flight. It's all right. Live to fight another day. Sometimes that's smart.
But we are the Grumman Collective, man. We out.
Yeah.